we've got to put them to bed. And I think we know what we've got to do. We've got 10 cup finals to go at, and we've done it before, and we'll do it again. Arsenal are in the lead. They've got 8 points clear. They've got the advantage. It's for them to lose, but we've just got to do what we do, what we've done for the last 3 or 4 years. Just get head down and go for it. We've got some mad games in between. We've got an FA Cup semi-final. We fly back from Bayern Munich. We come back from Bayern Munich on the Thursday, and then we've got the semi-final on the Saturday. We did the same last year, but we had to sacrifice the FA Cup final last year because we didn't have the players. We got kicked to shit in Madrid off Atletico on the Wednesday, and then at Wembley we had to play a patched-up team, and it was poor. And Liverpool beat us in the semi. I don't think that's the case this year. I think with Sheffield United, no disrespect, I think that game gives us a little chance to change it a bit. And I just think we know what we've got to do. If we lose the league to Arsenal, it's not what's happened in this last 10 games for me, because we can win these 10 games. But if Arsenal win their games, they've won it. But early in the season, we didn't quite get going. We dropped sloppy points. But I'm confident, man. I'm confident. I've just got this feeling that both teams are going to drop points, but I've just got this feeling that we're going to do it.
You're not so worried then about this 8-point gap that they've got. You still think you've got the ability to drag them back. You think that essentially you think that Arsenal will slip up more than you will in this last 10, 11 games?
Yeah, I think so. I've just got a feeling. I just think, listen, we were 8 points behind Man United with 6 games to go, and we won the league. So if what kind of Man City supporter cannot believe that they're going to win the league at 8 points behind with a game in hand? Got Arsenal still to play. Do you know what kind of a fan are you going to be? You've seen it. We've seen it. I've been in this position before, so I'm confident in my team. The fans, the stadium's got a buzz around it. The last few games is a different mentality going into the match now. We've finally seen on the pitch the big fella's clicking into gear at the right time. Diaz is back. Foden's come back from an injury. And listen, we're looking good, man. We're looking perfect for where we need to be. If it was going into this last 10 games up and down like we did middle of the season when I said to you, we keep taking 1 step forward, 2 steps back, I wouldn't be as confident. But look at the way we're playing. We smashed Leipzig for 7. We've hit Burnley for 6. You know, we're finally putting a little run together. And when Man City go on a run, you know what happens.
And do you think it will be the pressure you apply to Arsenal that will make them crumble? Or do you just think it will be the title running in itself, a young, inexperienced team? Do you think that's what's going to get them? Or is it a combination of the two things? The big blue shark, as you would call it, is behind them, and the necessity for them to keep winning. Do you think that might just be a little bit too much for this Arsenal team this season then?
Listen, I just think they've got to do their business and we've got to do ours. If we do our business, I believe we win the league. They're going to be confident on their side, thinking, you know what, we're going to win the league. But they haven't been in this territory for a long time. You know, I said to you before, the pressure's not even started yet. It's not, you know. They crumbled the other day against Sporting Lisbon, yeah? They crumbled there. So it's like, you know, when it's getting a bit hot in the kitchen, there's a few players I don't think fancy it over there, but we'll see. They might prove me wrong. They might blow us out the water. We might drop a bollock and they win the league. And listen, if Arsenal win the league, there's nobody given more credit than me. I've been a big fan of Arteta and Arsenal. I know people on this channel don't know because they haven't seen me what I said on the Big Six 2 years ago. But it is what it is. I've got to be confident in my team, Terry. I'm not one of these fans that tries to sugarcoat it and shits myself. I'm confident in my team for a reason. If you was in my position and you'd won 4 out of 5 titles, would you not be confident?
Yeah, listen, I get where your confidence comes from. Let's go to see what some of the viewers here are saying. This here from Bendover says, we have not slipped up so much this season, and now he thinks we'll drop points for City to pass us. Yeah, I mean, it's what he thinks. Chat, say why you're not. You're laughing at it, but at least challenge Steve with why he doesn't think that. This says we can drop 8 points and win the league, in my opinion. That is what an Arsenal fan thinks. He thinks that if they drop 8 points, they're still going to have enough to beat you.
We'll see.
Unfortunately, points on the board trumps game in hand is what the beautiful game says. Do you agree with that notion? That I personally believe that. Do you think you'd rather be 8 points clear than have to catch Arsenal?
Yeah, of course. You always want to be clear. You always want the points on the board. But listen, I'm telling them about this pressure. There's not an Arsenal fan in this chat now that's probably seen Arsenal win that league, unless there's a few older guys in there. You know, a lot of the Arsenal fans I speak to, the Aftv boys and that, the younger ones, they're not seeing it. And I tell them, trust me what's coming, man. You know, trust me what's coming. And there's a lot of shit being said about them. You know, apparently it's a one-horse race, one of them said the other day. And listen, I'm not calling all Arsenal fans. The other week when I said Arsenal fans said we was built different, and they were all like, no one said that. They did say that. I'm talking about the Aftv boys, the ones that are on the platform. They said it. So all I'm saying is it's coming to that time of the season now where you've got to put your money where your mouth is. Yeah, you put your bollocks on the line. And at the end of the season, we see who wins it. And I'm just saying, I'm not one of these fans that, you know, won't give Arsenal any credit. I give them 100% credit, because what they've done this season is fantastic. The team they've got, the energy, I love to see it. It's great, you know what I mean? But I'm backing my own team. They said, you beat us in the FA Cup because we made changes. Wait till you come to the Emirates. We'll see what happens at the Emirates. All right, then. And we've seen what happened at the Emirates. But apparently then I'm not allowed to celebrate that because I'm scared and, you know, Big Steve's frightened. He's talking about Sharks. There's only one fan base frightened, yeah? It's the one leading by 8 points. They're the ones who are doing all the talking. After this show, Terry, the comments will be full of Arsenal fans saying Big Steve's scared and he doesn't know what he's doing. But you won't see any City fans chatting in there because they're not asked. We're just ready for it. We're buckling down for the title. We're putting our tin hats on and we're having it. And if they ain't got the bottle, they'll bottle it.
This here says, I feel like Arteta has been preparing Arsenal for pressure. Last season's results was a hard lesson for everyone. Daniel disagreeing here, thinking that they are built for this. Guna Duke says City have won 4 out of 5, have experience, great squad, great manager. We are told a lot and fair. Arsenal are the underdogs, manager's first job, youngest team in the Premier League. If you're second, will it be embarrassing?
How can it be embarrassing? So if we finish second, we've still won 4 out of 6 Premier Leagues. We're in the Champions League and the FA Cup. Don't talk shit. It's not embarrassing, is it? Because what's embarrassing is last season you was nailed on for the Champions League and you ended up in the Europa. That was embarrassing, but nobody said out about it. So it is what it is. Chelsea finishing fucking 10th, that's embarrassing. Liverpool going from the quad down to 9th, that's embarrassing. But Man City dropping from 1st to 2nd in a title race, you know, in a transitional season, it is what it is.
Look, yeah, I don't think it'll be embarrassing because I think this Arsenal team is damn good, and I think I still predict they'll have enough to see themselves through. I did enjoy Julian's comments though, as you mentioned on AFTV, where he said, and he's very carefully worded it, that he said if you just look at the maths, it looks like a one-horse race because they're 8 points clear. And I understand where he's coming from. The problem is, even though I'm predicting Arsenal to win the league, you can't write City off like that. You can't be talking one-horse races at this point. Would you say that's a little bit premature?
It's just, I mean, you've got to take what Julian says with a pinch of salt, innit, really? Because, you know, he's up and down like a yo-yo. So it's his opinion. He's entitled to it. I respect him in somewhat because he's showing a little bit of chest and he's having it. I've got to respect that. But it's just mad over there because they're already getting their excuses ready in case they fail. Because if Arsenal lose the league, instead of turning around and saying, you know what, we didn't expect to be here, we took it as close as we can, but we lost. It'll always be, you spent £1 billion, you signed Haaland, we was never expected to win the league anyway. We've got the youngest squad in the world, we've got the biggest hot dogs in London, the brightest floodlights, we've got better seats than you, and we've got a fucking Ashburton army that stand under a bridge with a load of fucking disco lights every game. So, you know, you're ready for that shit anyway. You know what I mean?